Section 1. The Whisper Campaign. Will Apple redefine reality? It started with a quiet murmur. A stray patent filing here. A hushed conversation with an anonymous source there. Whispers from inside Apple's Cupertino campus speak of a secret project. It is not a phone, a watch, or a computer. It's designed to be worn on your face. Reports and leaks point to AR glasses, not the bulky headsets we've seen before. Rumors say something light, stylish, powered by advanced artificial intelligence. The question isn't if Apple will enter this space, but when and how. Will Apple crack the code, turning AR into an everyday essential like the iPhone? For years, they've quietly acquired firms specializing in optics, AI, computer vision. They've hired top engineers and designers. Breadcrumbs point to a major new product category. Leaks say Apple isn't just building hardware, they're building an experience, a seamless blend of digital and physical. Glasses that overlay useful information on our field of view. They could change how we navigate, communicate, and interact with data. The promise that has tantalized the tech world for a decade, the potential is enormous. Imagine walking down a street and seeing directions as a glowing path, or looking at a menu and seeing instant translation. This is AR's future. But technical and social hurdles are immense. The device must be powerful yet energy efficient, comfortable enough to wear all day, and not something people are embarrassed to wear. Apple is known for solving these design challenges. Whispers suggest they're closer than ever. The tech industry holds its breath. Competitors are placing bets and releasing early-stage products. Apple waits, learns, then enters with polished, intuitive, deeply integrated products. Rumored AI glasses could be Apple's next decade's centerpiece. If leaks are true, not just an iPhone accessory, potentially a replacement. The stage is set for a major shift in personal computing. Section 2. Peeking behind the curtain. Deconstructing the leaks. To understand what Apple is building, we must piece together the puzzle from various insider reports and supply chain leaks. The most consistent detail is the design philosophy, subtlety. Not like the prominent, face-hugging headsets from competitors. Apple reportedly aims for a form factor that closely resembles standard eyeglasses. The goal? Make the technology invisible. No bulky battery packs, no dangling wires, no overtly futuristic aesthetic. The challenge is immense. It involves miniaturizing powerful processors, sophisticated sensors, high-resolution displays. The frame itself will likely house the antennas, processors, tiny batteries. The lenses are where the magic will happen. Leaked reports point to micro OLED projectors. Leaked reports point to micro LED projectors. These systems could beam images directly onto the wearer's retina or onto a transparent waveguide embedded within the lens. The result? A digital overlay that appears to float in the real world. Early prototypes were rumored to be clunky. Successive generations have supposedly become much sleeker. Lenses would need to be prescription compatible. That requires a modular design or partnerships with optical specialists. The final product will need to look and feel natural for mainstream adoption. Sensors are the device's eyes and ears. Multiple cameras, not just for pictures, but for understanding the environment. A LiDAR scanner, like recent iPhones and iPads, to create 3D maps. Crucial for placing digital objects accurately in space. Accelerometers, gyroscopes. These will track head movements for looking around interactions. Eye tracking is a key rumored feature. It tells the glasses precisely where you're looking. Controlling the device is another critical piece. Voice commands via a much smarter Siri. Simple physical gestures, tapping on the temple, swiping on the temple. Subtle hand gestures tracked by onboard cameras. The goal? Make interaction effortless and socially acceptable, avoiding the awkward public conversations with a digital assistant that have held back other devices. Section 3. The brains of the operation. Chips AI. Software. The hardware is only half the story. Custom silicon inside the glasses. intelligent software running the experience. Apple's long-standing investment in designing its own chips gives it a massive advantage, likely powered by a new R-series chip following the R1 chip in the Vision Pro, or a new branch of the A-series. The chip must be a marvel of engineering, run complex on-device AI models, render high-resolution graphics in real time, be extremely power-efficient for all-day battery life without generating heat at your temple. That trade-off has stymied past AR attempts. AI will be the core user experience. Expect predictive, contextual interfaces. AI anticipates needs from your location, your calendar, what you are looking at. Walk past a restaurant. Discrete menu appears. User ratings shown in the corner, while listening to a friend speak a different language. Live transcription, translation appear like subtitles in the air. Ambient computing relies on sophisticated on-device AI. Apple will process as much as possible on-device, not send it to the cloud. OS rumored as a successor to Vision OS or a lighter Vision OS variant, designed from the ground up for glanceable info, not opening and closing apps. Glanceable, relevant info exactly when needed. Notifications as a soft peripheral glow. Dismiss with a glance or with a nod. Deep integration with Apple's ecosystem. iPhone message read aloud through glasses. Mac route appears as AR arrows on your walk. Seamless interoperability is Apple's signature strength. Integration extends to developers. New developer tools or an evolution of ARKit to build experiences for the glasses, not scaled-down iPhone apps. Entirely new AR-first concepts. Workout app, heart rate displayed, rep count next to equipment. Collaborative design, architects walk through a virtual model on-site. Powerful, easy tools unleash developer creativity, ensuring a rich library of apps is ready at launch. Section 4. The battle for your face. Apple, Meta, Samsung. Apple is not entering an empty arena. The battle for the next computing platform is already underway. Main contenders each bring unique strengths. Meta has been the most aggressive player so far. Quest VR and Ray-Ban smart glasses. Meta has invested billions. Strategy, the metaverse. Focus, social interaction, work, play, socialize, business model, advertising and digital commerce. Samsung, the global hardware giant. Leader in displays, processors, and components. Deep partnership with Google on Android. Massive existing user base. Galaxy glasses could work seamlessly with smartphones, watches, smart TVs. Samsung will likely focus on practicality and value with accessible pricing. Apple's advantage, a powerful, unified ecosystem. A premium brand. Consumers buy Apple for design, ease of use, privacy assurances. The AR glasses will be positioned as high-end and aspirational. They'll just work with the Apple products users already own and love. Apple controls the hardware, software, retail experience. That control yields a polished, cohesive product. Meta's strength, a massive social graph and singular metaverse focus. So, who wins? It may not be winner take all. Apple could dominate premium for design, privacy, and seamless integration. Meta captures social and gaming. Samsung carves out mainstream with affordable Android alternatives. The outcome depends on whether consumers prefer Apple's ambient, helpful AI, Meta's social metaverse, or Samsung's practical, device-connected utility. A revolutionary product like AR glasses does not appear overnight. The journey from a secret prototype to a product on a store shelf is a long and arduous one, often spanning the better part of a decade. Based on the pattern of leaks and Apple's history, we can sketch out a plausible timeline. The process begins with years of research and development in what Apple internally calls the exploratory design group. This is where fundamental technologies are invented and tested. Reports suggest this phase began as far back as the mid-2010s. Countless prototypes with different designs, display technologies, and sensor configurations are evaluated. Most never leave the lab. Transition to a formal product team when core tech is mature. This is where real engineering challenges begin, figuring out mass production. Teams must solve battery life, thermal management, and build a reliable manufacturing process. This phase can take 3 to 5 years. Leaks like orders for specific micro-displays or custom chips often emerge during this period. We are likely in late stages now, with reports of advanced field testing. Once hardware is finalized, focus shifts to software and developers. Months to a year before launch, Apple will likely unveil the glasses to developers and release the SDK. This gives devs time to build robust day-one apps. A product without compelling apps is just an expensive paperweight. Apple-seeded iPhone, Apple Watch, Vision Pro similarly. After a major reveal, expect a few weeks to months before purchase. Realistic window, late 2026 to 2027. Apple is patient. Better late and great than early and flawed. One of the biggest unanswered questions surrounding Apple's AR glasses is the price. Given the cutting-edge technology involved, custom silicon, advanced optics, miniaturized sensors, it is safe to assume the first generation will not be cheap. Apple positions new products as premium. Early estimates and analyst predictions, $1,500 to $2,500, possibly even higher. That puts it above a high-end smartphone but below the initial cost of Vision Pro. This defines the first buyers: early adopters, tech enthusiasts, loyal Apple fans, high-income professionals. They're crucial for Apple. They provide real-world feedback and act as evangelists, helping recoup R&D costs. Beyond enthusiasts, Apple will target professional and enterprise, surgeons overlaying vitals and MRI, mechanics with repair overlays. These high-value cases justify price, efficiency, accuracy, safety. Manufacturing, logistics, healthcare, design. For mainstream like iPhone, price must drop. As with iPhone, Apple will refine tech, reduce costs, and introduce tiers over generations. It may take 5 to 10 years. The ultimate goal: make the tech accessible enough for ubiquitous computing. A device is only as useful as the problems it solves. For Apple's glasses to succeed, they need more than just cool technology. They need killer apps that make them indispensable. The most immediate use case is navigation. Instead of looking down at your phone, you could see directions projected onto the road ahead. Arrows guide your turn. Points of interest highlight as you pass. It's more convenient and safer. Communication will be core. Messages, emails, call alerts, subtle and non-intrusive. With onboard cameras and AI, real-time translation could show subtitles in your field of vision. Social apps could let you see friends' notes and memories at locations. As a dynamic personal assistant, you'd get price comparisons, reviews, nutrition, talking points, and bios, plus historical overlays or 3D science models for learning. Not full VR gaming, but new AR games, characters in your living room, tabletop puzzles, immersive location adventures, or a private floating screen on a train or plane. The success of the platform will depend on developers. With always-on cameras and microphones, privacy and security are paramount, the single greatest non-technical challenge. Apple's privacy stance is its key asset. Expect safeguards, visible recording indicator, heavy on-device processing, minimal cloud, strict camera mic permissions, likely OS-level bans on stranger facial recognition. Interfaces must be non-intrusive, with automatic limits when driving or cycling. Address eye strain and signal exposure. Transparency and regulation, plus stylish frames and fashion partners to overcome stigma.